What's going on, guys? It's your boy Grim. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time since I've been trying to more or less just figure out how to make this video. So anyways, going straight right into it. For those of you that want to get into the ADC role, want to main the ADC role, it's what it comes down to is just how you play mechanically, how you assess every situation, and how you just are able to make quick decisions based on those situations. Also, another core thing is how you itemize. If you're a decent ADC, you could pretty much just blow out a whole game, being able to make good calls and following up with your front line. As an ADC, you're always going to be in the back line, always trying to stay away from harm's way. That's how you'll be able to do the most amount of damage and have the most effect on any given team fight. So going straight into it, guys, I'm gonna put up a whole bunch of little items. You have your basic items, your advanced items, your finished items. That's just as a whole thing with with champions and shit. Anyways, for ADCs mainly, 9 times out of 10 your core build will always revolve around building Infinity Edge. This is your biggest source of damage. Bloodthirster is a big source of lifesteal, and Berserker Greaves, which will give you more movement speed and more attack speed. Now, there are times where you will alter, let's say for Berserker Greaves, if you really don't need the attack speed as much. For example, let's say they got a very a good amount of CC or movements hindering abilities. You would want to go for the let me see if I can find them. You'd want to go for the, what the hell they call it, mercs. If they have more AD type teams, that you'll notice that they get on top of you a whole lot and things like that. You need more armor. You will want to buy fuck is this shit called? Ninja Tabbies. Aside from that, those are pretty much the 3 that you'll want to build depending on the situation. Obviously, most of the time, if not all the time, you're always going to build into Berserks though. Now, for let's say you go back into lane, you're always going to want to go back with at least a BF sword. If you can, try to buy a dagger, so it could also give you attack speed. With that dagger, you have the option of going into Berserker Greaves or into Zeal. Zeal is a very powerful item, and the reason why is because with Zeal, I believe you build into I believe four items that are very core to your build. You can either build into Runons, you can build into Phantom Dancer, which we'll go ahead and explain real quick. So with Runons, if you have on-hit effect abilities, Runons is the biggest and the best team fighting item that you could possibly get on an ADC. The reason why is because not only are you spreading out the damage that you're dealing to an enemy champion, but you're also spreading it out to multiple enemies, not just one. Also, it'll apply on hit effects. So for example, Ashe is slow, Jinx is rockets. If you put Jinx's Q and then shoot the rockets, spread the rockets. For Twitch, his Venom, it'll spread it out to multiple enemies instead of just one. Also, I believe you build Runons on What's his fucking face? The motherfucker with blighted quiver, man. Varys. There we go. And things like that. Also, let's say they have more, again, for AD bursty. Maybe you need an item that kind of holds back damage from being done onto you. Phantom Dancer. So it gives you attack speed. It gives you critical strike chance. And also it has I believe it's the passive or the fucking, yeah, the passive, that any champion that does damage to you is done 12% less. Static Shiv is another item that comes from Zeal. Mainly you would build this on champions like Vayne, champions like Twitch. You could also build it on Draven, champions like that. Now, Pete, you would say, well, if I build Runons, why would I build Static? Or should I build Static? You could. It'll be redundant for the clear, for clearing minions or champions. However, the benefit of having both, if that's what you choose, it will give you will spread out your damage. Yes, you'll spread out on hit effects, which is another plus, but you'll also do mixed damage. So you'll do AP and AD damage. So it's beneficial in some cases. The situation that you would want to buy, however, let's say you want to buy Rapid Fire Cannon. Rapid Fire Cannon is more of a utility item. When you use items that use Zeal and such, it's all based off energy. So whenever you hit 100 stacks of energy, you'll notice a little counter. 100 stacks of energy, it'll do its burst or whatever it's meant to do. Well, Rapid Fire Cannon, it'll allow you to get your burst off quicker. Now, going off into BF Sword. BF Sword can be built into Infinity Edge and be built into Bloodthirster. If you need sustain and you need a lot of lifesteal, Bloodthirster will be your way to go. Now, let's say you're getting Dove, you have assassins coming after you. It's just you need some way to mitigate the damage that's being done onto you. Then Death's Dance would be that way to go. I will go ahead and put up some example builds up now, just so you guys can see more or less of how a finished build is going to look like. But that's for that. Also, let's say they have a lot of tanks. I remember somebody asked me, oh, what if they got tanks? No problem. There's two items that you have to always keep in mind for tanks. So you have LDR, which is Lord Dominic's, and Mortar Reminder. Now, which one do you buy? It's not that hard. Just think about it like this: if the enemy champions have any items that give them life steal or any type of sustain, or maybe the items do it, give them sustain. Maybe they're the champions themselves that have sustain. For example, Warwick, when he bites you, he gets health back. I forgot which one else. Tryndamere, maybe? No, I'm not too sure. I'm trying to think. I know Kayn has his own sort of sustain, but anybody who has sustain or any health regen type abilities or items, you would want to build into Mortal Reminder. It'll mitigate the amount of health they get back. Let's say they're just tanky as shit and you need to get through their through that thick skin, but they don't have any life steal, right? Then at that point you would build into Lord Dominic's, which will do more damage to them. Aside from that, guys, I know the video was a bit rushed and I was a little bit uneasy about everything, but I hope you guys learned a lot. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. And see you on the next one. Peace.